There's no better way to get behind the brain of an artist by hearing them talk about their lyrics and break down the lyrics. And Genius does one of the absolute best jobs at this, where they have the artist talk about their songs in the studio, and just break down the lyrics. And I love it. I love hearing it as an artist myself, as a songwriter myself. It just gives me ideas, and seeing other people's process kind of inspires my process as an artist as well. So, BoyWithUke been killing it with his music and online on social media. So an inspiration to many. Let's check this out. Let's get right into this. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jacob Restituto. I appreciate you checking out these videos. Let's see what we got. BoyWithUke, Migraine official lyrics, meaning and breakdown.
So I originally started wearing the mask because I'm a very anxious person, and my friends, if they had found out that I was the one making music like the music that I was making, they would have just roasted me to death. 3 years later, I've reached a point where I don't need the training wheels anymore. I should be happy with who I am, and I should be able to express myself. Everyone has told me this is a bad career choice. Maybe it is.
I want to talk. There's so much I want to talk about with the mask. Not gonna lie, I am genuinely, as an artist, a little jealous of his choices with the mask. I think that, to be honest, there is a lot of freedom in wearing the mask, because it's not, the music I make is tied to my name. So when I post about it, it's tied to me. If you take up a name where completely unrelated, BoyWithUke, right? It's not his real name. And then you wear a mask, you could post whatever you want with the freedom, which you should have the confidence. Everybody should have the confidence to be able to post whatever they want, not care what people think. But there is something, we're human, we're flawed, we still care what people think. But there is something about the confidence that you have of people not knowing who you are and being able to post about it. And I am genuine. I would venture to say that had a large portion to do with his success. And he even said it right there. He probably would not have posted as much or the way he did if his friends had known who he was and how he was doing it. So I'm a little jealous of that, to be honest.
Express myself. Everyone has told me this is a bad career choice. Maybe it is, but fuck it. Like, this is what I wanted to do.
Preach, man, 100%.
The feeling of wanting to take the mask off started around the time I wrote Migraine. It was me taking control, again, of BoyWithUke. I felt very good about the decision. I'm not a psycho, but I might go crazy writing typos. They ask why so shaky, missing my code. All this pressure hitting my head. Well, obviously, I felt a lot.
He sounds aggressive. I've seen a lot of these, and sometimes the artist does not sound great when doing live. He sounds great.
A lot of pressure. It felt like I needed to just continue blowing up on TikTok. If I didn't, I would fail and I'd lose everything. Obviously, that's not true. It's an irrational fear. But when you're in the process, I feel like, of blowing up really fast, one slip up and it's like, you're gone. You fall. Like when you're on a tightrope. I've never been on a tightrope, but it was ultimately just like a fear of losing it all. I'm on a tightrope, can't hit the high notes, baby. I need ibuprofen. I know that you'll take me back home. Don't leave me alone. I need a friend. It's literally impossible to make new friends. I can't talk about what I do. A few months ago this summer, I met a new person. It was my friend's friend, and he was actually a BoyWithUke fan. And he had no idea I was BoyWithUke, but we were talking, and he was like, "Hey man, like, what do you do? Like, why are you here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a project manager for Snapchat." And he was like asking me questions. I was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm not actually supposed to talk about this that much. It's not supposed to be public." And he's like,
"Yo, that is crazy, man. That is insane. The whole concept of the mask thing is so cool to me, man. And again, I'm a little jealous of it. It's so crazy, man. I wonder how his friends. That's so crazy.
Oh yeah, I understand. But it's so funny because he's a fan and he had no idea.
That is so
I don't care what you think of me. I just want to be on top. I'm not stressed that you've never heard of me. You'll be listening nonstop. That was what I genuinely felt like a few years ago. It was really in theme of who I was and what BoyWithUke was at the time. It didn't matter if people knew BoyWithUke or knew the person behind the mask. It was just this desire to be heard by everyone. But if I could rewrite that line, I'd probably say, like, I'm not stressed that you've never heard of me. You can listen to me if you want.
Yeah.
Hop off the highway. I've been having migraines. I've been waiting for a while to have it my way. Oof.
Just a boy acting like a goof. I got 55 voices saying I gotta do what they all say.
Dude, this melody is phenomenal. Like, so what's cool about this is like you actually really, he's like really doing a good job at this performance. Again, I've seen many that haven't, so that kind of takes away from this. But what's really cool is it's essentially just an a cappella version, and you really get to focus on the melody and the words and the little the subtleties of the melody. Is impressive. Like the production is great in the song, but like there's a lot going on. So here, it's really cool to hear a lot of this stuff.
When you hop off the highway is a metaphor for, I guess, the music industry. You can't stop. If you stop, other people will they'll go past you. You can't turn around. It's just non-stop. Sometimes you just want to like get off of it.
Got me looking sideways. I don't want to write a song about a heartbreak. Oof. Just a boy acting like a fool. Got 100 things I'd rather do.
I was supposed to sample the Roblox oof. It is like a dying sound. Like when you die, it goes ooh, ooh, ooh. And I wanted to use that in a song. The paperwork would have been a headache because it's not even Roblox's sound. So I just said oof with my own voice.
That's crazy, man. Little details like that, it just blow my mind. I love that.
I don't like when they try controlling me. The thoughts I fight, they can get a little frightening, but I don't mind if it means I get to be free. I speak my mind loud when I wanna be up all night. I can tell they're getting sick of me, but I don't mind if it means I get to be me.
Looking back now, the
biggest
biggest thing that was trapping me, I think, was the mask. Even if it was just in my own head, it was like I couldn't get away from that. Without the mask, I can breathe a lot easier and I can see a lot better too. It's a nice change to be able to see my hands. Inside, I feel like relieved, free.
I want to know how he, with the microphone situation, was under the mask. Like, how did that work? Singing live with it, like, what are the technology behind that?
Free now. I just want to run around, but what do I know? Like I said before, I'm missing all these high notes. I just want to live a little before I go. I don't want to lie low. The beginning of the third verse sort of comes from, I guess, a more youthful side of who I am and just wanting to do as many things as I can before I die. Yeah, I know the subliminal messages are sending me on how to leave a legacy is harder when you're father and then never letting constantly and speaking over what you see. It's like they're coming after me. Can someone teach me how to breathe? Tell me what I need. So the ending of the third verse, first of all, it's very difficult to perform. There's no more air in my lungs by the time I'm done with it, which I think is cool because it sort of reflects how I feel like in my career now. It's not about having the most numbers. It's more so just making what I personally think is really cool.
Dude, what a great what a great lesson to learn. At any age, but definitely on the younger side is phenomenal. Like to just make what you want, and it's hard, man. Like with this, we've learned to some degree. We've been trained more so to make content over actual art. And if you could, because content performs and art may not, and it's a really hard thing to kind of let go of it, but art is what lasts and content does not.